I have a lot going on at the moment and I can't complain, from work projects to stuff around the house and the day-to-day bits and bobs too. So for the rest of today, I wanted to take you with me while I balance it all, or attempt to balance it all, hopefully tick some things off the ever-growing list, and we'll see if the features of this new Samsung Galaxy Book Pro 360 can help me out along the way. I'm so excited that this video is sponsored by Intel, who I have absolutely loved working with in the past, and they sent over this Galaxy Book designed on the new Intel Evo platform to see how it makes a difference to how I do what I do. So let's see. Right, here's the list. The main thing that I'm working on is kind of a secret. I guess I'm spilling the beans now, but I've talked about it more on Patreon. I'm currently working on a book. I will tell you more about it another time. I know, it's very exciting, but basically I have a lot of writing to do. I'm still in the early stages, very much in the early stages, still ironing out the kinks of my writing routine. So it'll be interesting to see how the portability of this laptop gives me flexibility to work whenever and wherever the moment takes me. Around that, because I do have a habit, if you're used to this channel, I do have a habit of letting one thing just take over my life and everything else will just fall to the wayside. So I need to dip in and out of finishing a video edit and getting that uploaded, maybe working on my website a little bit. That's something that I've been trying to chip away at when I have the time, and the goal is to have a revamped site up and running by the end of the month. And as part of that, I need to at least today, hopefully, finish working on a new header or logo. And then there's just some things that need cleaning and general upkeep around the house and garden. And that's actually where I started this morning, in the garden / out on the roof. We have finally had some rain, so I didn't need to water anything, but there were a few flowers that needed deadheading, a few dead leaves, and the whole area needed a bit of a tidy up. While I was out there, I thought, why not try starting my workday outside for once? It's lovely and cool and quiet out there, and there was just a calmness and stillness that I thought would really lend itself to some creative writing. As I mentioned, Intel Evo platform-based laptops like this one are designed to be thin and light to allow you to move freely and tap into the wells of creativity and productivity wherever you are. So I didn't have to think twice about bringing this out here, knowing I'd have a sort of mobile workspace set up straight away. Okay, unexpected hero in this process. The stylus that comes with this Samsung Galaxy Book Pro has been such a big impact on my writing. I'm still very much in the early stages of this project, so being able to write down notes and add sketches and like diagrams that down the line I can use in chats with my editor is really useful and also just quite fun. I spent a good hour or so writing, and it genuinely was such a different experience to being more closed off in my office. There are times where that room is just what I need for undistracted focus, but sometimes a change of scenery and a sense of space can really work wonders. Okay, the rain has brought me inside, and I think now is a good time to get a load of washing in so that that can be going in the background while I do other things. We have had this sofa for a year now, and it's already seen many a spillage in that time. It's looking a bit tired, so bear with me while I try to get this cover off. You know, the worst part is from experience, I know that this is so much harder to get back on, but once I've got this off, with it I will wash the cushion covers and blankets. Sometimes I find just washing all the fabrics in a room makes it so much fresher. I am on a roll today. I feel so productive already. I think next I will get back to finishing off that writing for today, and then I'll easily transition into that video edit. Did you see how quickly that started up from sleep? Love that instant wake. Another quality of the Samsung Galaxy Book Pro with Intel Evo that just keeps that workflow so seamless. Video I'm editing is actually some footage from the archives, and by that I just mean it's something that I filmed over a year ago, actually when I was still at the old flat, but I never got around to doing anything with it. It's a journal spread and it's all about our cat Yeri, and in it I included some of the journal entries that I'd written during those first few days after bringing him home. So it's really nice to look back on, just to see the anxiety and the excitement of those first few days with him, while also just sharing a really standard journaling process in this video, hopefully to give people ideas on how quickly and easily you can put something like this together, a way to really nicely capture certain memories. This is going to be a Patreon bonus video, and I've also got a post about this journal page in there, so I've shared the actual journal entries so you can read the story of those days in detail as well. I'm actually genuinely impressed. I've never had a video export that quickly. I'm really pleasantly surprised. That was such an effortless process. I was editing in Premiere Pro, fixing the audio in Audacity, and then as the video was exporting, I could work on the thumbnail in Photoshop. By the time I finished the thumbnail, the video was finished exporting, and for one thing, battery is holding up really well. I haven't actually plugged this in since I started work this morning, and it's still at 60%, but also things just flowed really quickly and smoothly. And I'm thinking, so we had a heat wave recently and I found myself sort of tethered to my office whenever I wanted to get any of my heavier duty work done like this. And because of that, I spent about a week just finishing work at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, because staying in that room anytime after that was unbearable. So now it's really nice knowing that with the power behind the 11th gen Intel Core processor within this Samsung Galaxy Book Pro, I can get that fast performance and like silky responsiveness all in a more portable package. Like, I could genuinely work anywhere. I'm feeling good. I love days like this where I can just tick, tick, tick things off the list, get things done. It makes me want to tackle more while I've got the energy and drive to be doing it. But I should definitely just stick at least with the stuff that's on the list for today.
Look ahead, the sea is calm, and I know we've been through a lot, but just wait. For better days to come and carry us like wind in our sails. Hold on tight, I can smell the shore, it's right in front of us. If we just hold on tight, this vision that I saw is getting closer every dawn. We are dreamers of the shore. us now on this boat, and we all know where we belong. Just wait. Wait for our home to show on the horizon. Soon we'll be there. Hold on tight. I can smell the shore, it's right in front of us. If we just hold on tight, this vision that I saw is getting closer every dawn. We are dreamers of the shore when we can't read the sky. We just sail with the wind that we've got. And when we're drowning in doubt, just keep on believing. We are dreamers of the shore.
Okay, just waiting for the rice to cook now. Obviously, not every day can look like this. I've actually been experimenting a lot with some really detailed time tracking recently, just to see where my hours do go throughout the day. And it's been surprisingly useful. It's been quite a good insight. Plus, it's helped keep me on task because I'm less likely to want to stop what I'm doing just to note down that I've spent 5 minutes on my phone and then go back and note down that I'm going back to my original task, if that makes sense. I'm also a lot more likely to just get on with things instead of procrastinating starting things, because I don't want to write 12 o'clock, started editing video, and then just not start right there and then, because then, I don't know, it just kind of feels like a lie if I said I started at 12 and I don't actually, even if it is just to myself. It sounds like a lot, all this time tracking, but it isn't something that I plan on keeping up long term. I'm just using it as a sort of recentering, reflecting on my habits and looking at where the balance lies throughout my day and throughout the week. One thing to mention that I think is really a testament to the flexibility and the capabilities of my laptop is that while I was waiting for this food to cook, I was able to finish off the new header for my website, which is something that you will have seen me working on before, but I just couldn't get right no matter how hard I tried. So not only was I able with this stylus to draw it up in Photoshop and get it exactly how I wanted it, I could go straight from that to getting it up and live on my website. Still needs a bit of tweaking size-wise, but I'm so thrilled to have that done. The most important thing to remember about balance is knowing when to switch off. I have managed to get stuff done in the creative category today, in the work category, household stuff, a little bit of social, and now it's time for my idea of self-care. And that to me is balance, and it may be that more weight is given to one aspect of things on one day, like a really indulgent self-care day, and then the next the focus is more on, I don't know, maybe the more social side of things, and work would be more of an afterthought. But as long as things are evened out over time and everything gets my attention at some point, I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job, even if I do say so myself. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me for this one. It has been such a fun and fulfilling day, and I hope you enjoyed spending it with me. Don't forget to check out the link in the description to find out more about this Samsung Galaxy Book Pro 360 and Intel's latest 11th gen processor. And thanks again for watching. I will see you soon in the next one. Bye.